Minutes. I just want to do a lightning round. I'm just going to keep throwing stuff at you. And the first thing that I'm going to throw at you, bam, this is a ranked choice ballot from Maine. And read it and weep, because I know I'm weeping inside. I wish I could have used ranked choice voting. And you can see it here. It had Joe Biden. It had this other guy, Rocky De La Fonte, Howie Hawkins, Joe the Libertarian, Donald Trump. And you could pick your choices: first, second, third, fourth, fifth choice, who you would want. And then here the U.S. Senator seat. You know, I would have chose Lisa Savage first, and then the Democrat Sarah Gideon second. And I wouldn't even put anything for the Republican or the Independent, because they're not my politics.
Love it.
Yeah, no, it's sick. That's the only word.
Love it. All right, next one.
That's a dream.
So Ryan Grimm, this is something that we talked about earlier. He tweeted, Amy McGrath, who raised upward of $100 million, did about 2 points better than Maquita Bradshaw did in Tennessee on a shoestring budget. And mute or block the account of any grifter who told you to give your money to Amy McGrath. Or don't. It's your money. Do what you want. Okay.
That's how bad she is. Yeah. And I think we have one of the viewers from Kentucky. He said, I'm from Kentucky, and no one was in for McGrath. I think Democrats were all for Booker, and the only ones for McGrath was Chuck Schumer. Wow. So that's from the Kentucky, Kentucky, but it's true. Like, she was really bad.
Wow.
You got to get money out of politics. That's just that's the number one issue. Like Carlitos always says, we got to get money out of politics. It's a preposterous thing that you have to put that much money into this race.
That's not even fair to say, because a lot of her donations were from people around the country saying "F you, Mitch." It wasn't a "we want Amy." It's a "we hate Mitch McConnell." So we wish death upon Mitch McConnell money.
And she burnt it.
But she was just such a boring candidate.
I mean, she had a lot of corporate money. She had a lot of big money. She had a lot of big money too.
If I ever write a book on how to be a bad politician, I would use Amy McGrath and Elizabeth Warren. That's my two.
Yo, you guys remember the cartoon? Remember that cartoon that she had of against Mitch McConnell?
Oh my!
It's Swamp Turtle starring Mitch McConnell.
All rise for Senator McConnell.
Senator, is it true these Kentucky coal miners with black lung disease traveled 10 hours on a bus to see you and you only gave them 1 minute?
Well, you should feel lucky to see me.
And reports of you ignoring constituents.
Well, I'm busy. How did this guy get elected?
Tune in next time for Tricky Mitch.
I'm Amy McGrath, and I approve this message.
Oh my God!
So bad.
There's a cartoon.
So cringy, bro.
She had an ad of cartoon, and she was blaming Mitch for not doing what Trump wants.
Here's another tweet. This is a guy connected to Bernie Sanders. Let me see. He was the staff director for Bernie Sanders in the budget committee. And he just wrapped up this election basically by saying 72% want a government-run healthcare plan. That was a exit poll done by Fox News. Florida voted for a $15 minimum wage. South Dakota, Arizona, and New Jersey voted to legalize weed. Colorado voted for 12 weeks of paid family and medical leave. It turns out a progressive agenda is what American people want. And they keep blaming socialism. Pathetic. I mean, like that.
I blame socialism. I don't blame progressivisvism. But it is what it is.
The policy, I think, Gabe, we can all agree. I'm not going to go back into the argument, but I think even like Gabe said, the policy, if you just run on the policy, and I think even AOC would say, let's run on the policy, and you could get a lot accomplished.
Campaign should be policy driven. There's no doubt about it.
Yes.
And I believe in some other countries like Canada, you vote for the party, and then depending on how many votes they get, they're the ones who pick who goes into power. Instead of this, voting for individuals. Who cares about the individual? Who cares? It's all about the policy. I was talking with my wife about that the other day, and she was saying, as somebody who doesn't follow politics, as much as I do and as much as we do here, She was just like, why aren't we voting for policies? Why aren't the policies front and center? And people can just look at it without seeing a D or R next to it, and you eliminate the bias and the team playing that we have going on right now and the rabid fan bases. Instead, you just let's just put the policies front and center and vote on that.
Yeah, totally. So this next lightning round is going to be my weekly dig at Obama. So this one is dedicated to Felipe. Let me show it.
And look, that's going to be a very difficult needle for the Biden transition team to thread. Should it come to that? Should it come to them announcing policy proposals when it comes to announcing a cabinet? It is traditional for a president to have somebody from the other party in the cabinet in the name of healing. George W. Bush did it with Norm Mineta. Barack Obama did it with several people, including Chuck Hagel.
Yeah, that's basically, I don't even have to show the rest of it, but you guys caught my dig, right? With several, and I put in that same tweet, when I tweeted it out, I said, of course he did. Of course he had several people in his cabinet from the previous administration.
They've already floated that they're going to have Republicans in the candidate, and they're also going to not let either Bernie or Elizabeth Warren be in it because they need to stay in their Senate seats. So that just shows you how much they value the progressive.
Nah, they gotta big brain it and just pick senators from swing states, like Republican senators from swing states, and steal the Senate.
That's actually not a bad idea.
boot them out of the cabinet, and then just confirm whoever you want when you have a majority.
Actually, it's like a redo on all the Senate seats that we lost. Just pull the senator.
I would actually be interested if he does do something like that. We'll see what happens.
And mention that stupid. He gonna let it happen.
But Mitch McConnell for cabinet for Secretary of that.
I wouldn't be surprised though if you see John Kasich in there because he got Joe Biden to win Ohio. But wait, no, he never won Ohio.
And he got Kasich to go in there and blame the left. So yep. I'm sure he'll get one.
Before you move on, can I just throw out? Can we talk about how big of a loser Martha McSally is? She lost twice, big time. She's such a loser, and I just wanted to say it on live for everyone watching.
So are you saying she should change party and become a Democrat?
I'm saying she needs to realize that the people of Arizona really, really don't like her.
Let's put on this video of this shenanigans, and this got 158 views.
So I think it's important. I actually think Bernie and I don't agree, come from the same wing of the party. I think Elizabeth Warren deserve a tremendous amount of credit. Unlike in 2016, they were very focused on a singular goal, winning. Our differences, we'll deal with that later, etc. And now Bernie and I and Elizabeth and I do get along, but forget that. They were incredibly pragmatic, where in 2016, Bernie did not do that for Hillary. And that's a statement. They understood we will work out progressive policy after we win. The election is the key.
Sarah Fagan.
Lies.
Dude,
the lies.
Yo. That's the problem that I have with people like that, man. Like, nobody out there campaign, not even Obama, not even Michelle, not even her husband,
not even Hillary herself.
No one.
Hillary herself.
No one campaign more than Bernie for her. That's what I'm saying. They still want to blame Bernie. And I guarantee you that they would have lost in 2020, they would have blamed Bernie again, and they were going to blame the Latino vote. They already had that in the back packet.
I'm blaming Cubans anyways, but that's a different story.
Yeah, but that's some petty loser crap. Because Bernie, like John was saying, he was all out there, and then even because she lost, then she still was throwing shade at Bernie all the time when she made her little Netflix special, whatever it was. She was talking crap about him. I was like, man, you just can't please some people, man.
She got a worse cut than she really deserved, but God, she's just so unlikable sometimes. It's the propaganda machine that has spun against her for so many years. But
see, that's
every time I hear about her on the news,
this is bipartisanship. Everybody hates Bernie.
And guess what? And I guarantee you, this dude will get a cabinet position in Biden.
Oh no! I hope Rahm Emanuel back in the cabinet. Oh my gosh! Please,
no.
I hope we. As a matter of fact, I heard AOC. John, hold on one second. I heard AOC like specifically called that out. Was like, no, I do not. We do not want to see Rahm in the cabinet. Go ahead, John.
Dude, I just hope all my predictions are wrong.
Yeah, me too.
I want to show you guys this shenanigans right here.
Oh no, not this one.
I didn't know he was Omega Sci-Fi. That's interesting.
They should take his letter away.
Let me say this. There ain't nobody in the Democratic Party of the United States of America that's more progressive than Jim Clyburn. Nobody. I met my late wife in jail protesting the status quo. John Lewis and I, you would not call John not progressive. But John would never yell, burn, baby, burn. John would never say defund the police. As progressive as he was, and I'm just as progressive as anybody else, but I'm practical about politics. And just because it works in my district doesn't mean I'm a label or cause my friends to have to adhere to it in their district.
That's like the opposite. That's the opposite of what he does.
Yeah, if this wasn't the lightning round, I would have called this segment Jim Clyburn Needs a Dictionary, because he does not know what the word progressive means at all.
I think when we were talking before the show, I think John was saying that or somebody was saying that the word progressive has been ruined because everyone uses it now and everybody's a progressive, and because of that they're watering it down and they're taking it away from us, and it's a shame.
It's a total shame. It was him. We had a clip before with him saying he's a progressive, like, and this is just an ongoing like thing or theme where people want to jump in and out of they're progressive, but no, they're pragmatists. No, they're progressive. No, they're playing hopscotch or skip rope or something. It's crazy.
I know. Felipe always said that Biden is the most progressive candidate in history.
The most progressive. Yeah, no, I stand by it. Technically, by all technicality. Yeah.
I mean, that should tell you something. That should tell you how whack the candidates we've had.
Yeah, no, I agree with that too. I'm just saying, out of the people who have ran, like, Democratic nominees specifically, Joe Biden has been the most progressive candidate. Not saying it's more of a negative on every other candidate than it is a positive on Joe Biden, but it stands true.
I'm trying to find this clip real quick to be the last clip, but basically it's Rahm Emanuel saying that very thing.
Unifying the Democratic Party while reaching out to Republicans.
Yes and no. I actually think if you go back to the campaign, he did actually a very, very good job of keeping everybody inside. And actually, the truth is the progressive wing of the party was less ideological and more pragmatic, that we had an overarching goal. I also think, let me draw back, Joe Biden's a progressive. He said it. But there's a lesson to be learned that Jeremy Corbyn lost in England and Joe Biden won here in the United States. That you can make the first step in progressive politics being enacted is winning an election. You can.
Right. That's enough. That's enough lies. That's it.
Yeah, someone in the comments said progressive, the most progressive Republican.
Rahm Emanuel. I mean, he's. I mean, if it wasn't for Mitch McConnell, he'd probably be my most hated politician out there. Because if he was chief of staff for Obama, he was just the worst. All he did was just punch progressives. Yeah, that's all he did. To him, that's the thing I talk about bipartisanship. He wanted to work with Republican. Whenever they wanted anything done, is force the left to bend. They never asked the Republicans to come over towards our side. It's just hey, we got to make this deal with Republicans. You guys on the left, bow down. That's all he did his entire career. He sucked. I mean, I can't stand him. And he sucked in Chicago, covering for cops too.
Totally. There's a famous story that he called progressives effing retards, basically. And it is ridiculous, the disdain that he has for progressives. And then here it is, 15 or so years later, and he's calling Joe Biden, who we all know is a moderate. Like, we all know this. He might have shifted on, gay marriage, but we know who he is at his core. And he's saying he's a progressive. That's how we know the word has been watered down.
Here's how we also know their message sucks, right? Because Republicans call Biden a socialist and they believe it. The Democrats call Biden a progressive, and we know they're full of it. So we ain't buying that. We're not buying that because we know the truth.
So that's the lightning round. Anybody has any last words to wrap this up?
Listen, you could be happy for a day. All right, it's cool. All right, it's okay. We just got to get back to work. My favorite meme from this after Biden won. It was, you remember the dog in the burning house, and he's like, "It's fine." The first one, it's fine. The second one is the same thing, but he had a sticker that said "I voted," but everything was still on fire. So I'm with you. We got a lot to do, but hey, at least we got the fascists out. I mean, he's not out. You know, we got stuff to do there. But I mean, come on, man. We can't always be just horrible, feeling bad inside. You know,
Yeah,
just
we're not
go out
Izzy.
there. Yeah, man. We just shout out to Izzy.
Izzy in the chat room. Shout out to
Real
Izzy.
Felipe.
No blood. He can't even defend himself.
Man. Oh, next time he's on, he will eat it.
I want to give you all a shout out. Thank you for could been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, the Political Junkies, and you're our political junkies right along with us. And Political Junkies going to save the world. All right, we're going to say adios, Carlito, John, Gabe, Felipe, and we are the Political Junkies, and we are out of here. Much love and organize, strategize. We gonna get this guy Biden.
See you next week. Like and subscribe.
Bye, Izzy. Love you.
8:30 p.m. Mondays. Peace.